Recently, I've started seeing a lot more people express their fear of sharing their artwork online due to it being stolen, heavily criticized, or maybe no one even liking their art. Once we put our artwork out there, we have no control on how people would think and feel about it. Not knowing what to expect keeps a lot of people from even trying. Believe me, there are a lot of artists who have thought the exact same thing before they decided to take the leap to start sharing their work. As an artist who used to think exactly the same thing, I want to share my personal experience of how getting over those fears, having a small business, experiencing a lot of lows, eventually ended up changing me in a much more positive way than I thought it could, even as a small content creator. One of the main things that posting online has helped me with is it gave me the chance to love arting again. Like many other artists, I started creating when I was a child. Once I became a teenager, I was told that my artwork and even my handwriting was ugly, and I was starting to get compared to someone else, and all that negativity got to me, and I allowed that to stop me from arting for a very long time. Art was my escape from reality, just like reading is for many other people. So once I stopped doing that, I lost a really huge part of me. In 2019, I decided to pursue art seriously again, and I also decided to give digital art a try. So I went and bought a Vicky 30 drawing tablet, which was about $50–60, and I decided that Fire would be my first drawing software because I had a very basic and easy to use interface. For the very first digital piece I created, I fell in love with it, and I started to regain a spark for drawing again. The thing that pushed me to eventually start sharing all this on social media, on YouTube, was when I came across a Canon illustrations vlog. I was so amazed that people were really interested in this type of content. They love seeing the behind the scenes of people creating their goods, how they created their artwork, seeing how people draw and render. It was a whole new experience. I didn't even know that studio vlogs or small business vlogs were a thing. Back then, the type of content I was watching was handmade, DIY, mostly sewing and felt related videos and art challenge videos. And after I watched that studio vlog, I was so excited to attempt to start doing exactly the same thing that Catnip did. I felt like my artwork wasn't really that great, but I decided to go ahead and take on the challenge to do it. From there, I decided to start creating weekly studio vlogs, and because of that, I also had to start committing to be more creative and drawing more. So it started giving me some consistency and a schedule to follow. From having to create so much, I ended up learning more about what I hated about it, which was doing line art. And I started to get more comfortable and started to step out of my comfort zone. When we're so comfortable with where we're at, we're really scared to step out of it. Because I had to constantly be striving to be better and to be creating something for people to watch, I was willing to experiment more. So I started doing lineless artwork. I started experimenting with different brushes, with different textures. And from all of that combined, I found my art style that I'm doing now, which is lineless, cute and kawaii artwork. If it wasn't for having to post things all the time, I wouldn't have pushed myself as hard to try all these things, because I wouldn't have the stress and I could take my time to learn if I wanted to. But constantly having to be creative, constantly trying to figure out what the next thing would be to do, helped me find my art style, and I'm forever grateful for that. No matter what you think I refuse to believe that there will not be even one single person who does not like your artwork. There are billions and billions of people out there. Everyone has different tastes and different styles. There's going to be someone out there who loves your art. Having a community is very important because it's essential for growth. These people are the people who are going to be excited when you create a new product, when you put out a new product, when you have a new idea. They also even hype you up and encourage you to keep creating. Once people start discovering you and finding you, you start seeing some growth. But it's so important to remember that everyone's growth is different. Remember that a social media platform doesn't know how good of an artist you are. It's just people are still yet to discover you. Another thing is being able to find creators who are doing the same thing that you are. These people will probably be some of your best artist friends ever. These are people you can turn to when you have a problem, a question, or a concern. If this other person has started something like Patreon and you're about to start it and you're scared of launching one and you have no idea what to do, these are people you can reach out to. When I started out, I had none of this and I was not comfortable with just randomly reaching out to an artist that I've never had any type of interaction with. So that person for me was my husband, which I'm very thankful for. He was very supportive. You get to know these people from watching their vlogs, from interacting with them, whether through each other's comments or through DMs, and you eventually become comfortable enough to approach them whenever you have a problem. But having a small business and an Etsy shop and seeing how people were enjoying my products, I eventually decided to give vending in person and try. And I was really scared to try vending in person, even though it was a dream of mine ever since I was a teenager, because reading a review on your Etsy shop or a comment on your YouTube video or your Instagram post is different from seeing a reaction in real life. You don't know what to expect. If someone doesn't like your stuff, they will express it and you will see it in real time. But it's also true if someone loves your products, they will express it as well and you will have a really fun interaction with them. I have done my first year of vending. I have done a total of 4 events, 2 at a local comic book store, and they were 1-day events, 1 at a 2-day craft fair event, and I did my first 3-day anime convention earlier this year at NadashiCon, which is a local anime convention here in Quebec City. Being able to see reactions in real life and see the joy that your products bring to people's faces is different from getting 5-star reviews on Etsy. Now both of them are great, don't get me wrong. Not only that, it's also amazing when someone comes up to you and tells you that they love your content, they watch your vlogs, and they love your artwork. When I was gonna go do NadashiCon, there's no way that anyone who goes there is gonna be someone who watches my vlogs. And I was very surprisingly wrong. There were quite a few people who came up to me, and if you're someone who did do that, I really appreciate it. You don't know how much of a positive boost that is for any creator and any artist. Another great thing from starting to vend in person was I was able to network with other artists as well. When I did Nadashika, I was so scared to approach people. I didn't know how to do it because, like I said earlier, if you never really had any other interaction with another artist, it can be hard to approach someone, especially if you're someone who's shy. So I was lucky enough that a couple artists approached me, and after that I was able to approach some artists myself as well. Networking with artists that do in-person events is just as important as networking with artists who create content online. These are people who are willing to share information. If there's an event going on around your area, they are willing to DM you and tell you about it. Something any content creator cannot escape is numbers. And I could tell you to not worry about the numbers, but no matter how much I tell you, you're still gonna worry about it anyway. Every now and then I still even worry about it myself, but I don't stalk numbers as hard as I used to, and I'm really grateful for that. And from stressing out so much from that, I've learned that I need to stop having so many goals where it requires other people to make it happen. For example, one of those type of goals would be, I want to have 1.5k subscribers before the end of the year. I want to have 5 orders on the first day of a shop update. I want to make $20 for the shop update, and so on. That requires other people to help you achieve it, and you cannot control it. The only time I have those kind of goals now is when I vend in person, because most of the time you are paying quite a bit to vend somewhere. You have to see if you're making a decent amount to even consider doing an event next year. You have to see what kind of people are there and if they're even buying from you. There's a lot of factors when it comes to in-person events. A better goal is something like, I want to release 5 different collections next year. You have total control of that, and whether you achieve that goal or not is all on you. In the end, all we can do is advertise our stuff as best as we can, and then whatever the end result is what it is. We do not control algorithms, and that stuff is always changing. Everyone wants to grow and be successful, but the pace that that's going to happen is going to vary between everyone. So I have learned to accept small wins. Another thing is I have had a lot of repeated failure, and repeated failure is having those goals where like I wanted to have this many subs, I want to make this much money with the shop update. After having those happen time and time again, I've gotten so used to it that it just doesn't bother me anymore. If I know that this is a possibility, why do I still keep getting upset over it? It only takes one person to ruin my day, so I don't need to be that person who does it. This doesn't mean that I don't want to grow, and this doesn't mean that I'm not trying hard enough. Everyone is trying their best to get out there. We're just hoping that we can reach the right people, and those people will choose to support us. After all these years of creating content, it's just this year that I have started to appreciate my growth with my small business, my artwork. I have continued to improve with my artwork and my rendering process. I don't get upset anymore when I mess up things and don't get it right the first time. Recently I did a shop update, and if you have watched my studio vlogs, you know how much I have expressed that I hate taking shop photos. In the recent shop update, I messed up taking shop photos, and I had to take them again the next day. Instead of getting upset over it, I was like, it is what it is. That's my fault for trying to do something new with taking product photos, and we'll just get it done, and that was it. I wasn't sad over it. I wasn't upset when I was taking photos again, and that is a huge step for me. I think one of the main reasons why I can just be a lot more positive these days is that I've been let down so much, whether it be with shop updates, whether it be with my artwork, thinking I'm a failure, not having any sales from launching a shop update, that now since I have experienced that so many times, like it doesn't bother me anymore, and it's like there's no point in letting that kind of stuff get to me. Now the only thing that can happen is that I will progress and it will get better. This is an extra from posting content online. Earlier this year, I got to work with a company called GSJJ, and I got to make one of my dream products. I got to make an enamel pin, and not only that, I got to make 2 designs. If you know anything about making enamel pins, they are not easy to make. There is a high chance that they will have a flaw rate since they're handmade. There's the color choices and the Pantone colors they have to worry about, and it's not easy. It takes a lot of research. When this company reached out to me, I was very happy but very confused at the same time, because when I thought of doing a collaboration with a company, you had to at least have 10K somewhere on your social media platform. If it wasn't on YouTube, maybe on Instagram or TikTok. However, when I looked more into this company and other videos that content creators were creating, they were working with artists with various sizes. There's artists who had under 500 subs, and there were artists who had over 100k subs that had worked with this company. Can you imagine how positive of a boost that is for a small content creator to be able to make a dream product with a company? That made me so happy. Had I not been creating content, this company wouldn't have been able to find me and approach me about the collaboration. This year I'm finally at a point where I'm okay with my growth. I've come to peace with it. I used to hate so much that I was so behind compared to other artists that started when I did, and I hated that maybe my artwork wasn't that good, my content wasn't that good, and maybe my personality in general just wasn't good. I was depressed a lot. I wanted to quit arting again, and I wanted to quit vlogging as well. I'm very proud of myself for sticking it through and getting this far. And you know what? In the end, I realized that I did really want to know what people thought about my art. From finding that out, it encouraged me to try new things, push myself, and not give up. I hope that if you're still on the fence about posting your artwork or your content, that this gives you the courage to do so. You'll never know unless you try. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Do you like stickers? I love stickers. And you know what we're gonna do today? Today, we're going to make some stickers. And this one's my favorite, the Galaxy cookie. Get 6 stickers. Little peek at the next sticker set that I'm working on. So I got this Bic A30 pen tablet. So this is where I'm at with the artwork right now. I absolutely hate doing line art. I am getting my silhouette portrait tomorrow. The beautiful thing that we've been waiting for all day. I haven't finished the Valentine's Day stickers because this. I just wanted to say that I had a wonderful weekend, and I hope you guys did too. More long-term stuff was get 100 subscribers and Instagram followers. Decided to vlog my journey to creating my Patreon. Hello, welcome back to another studio vlog.